Hello, this short video will be a secondary campaign analysis showing the understanding and key consumer insights for MovieWorld's ad campaign, DC Supervillains Unleashed, as well as some ways it could be improved, as well as what its target market is, how it has been positioned, and what its goals are as a campaign for the brand. MovieWorld's positioning strategy was to position itself into an area of quality, affordability, and reliability in terms of its services, rides, events, and overall themes with branding of its unique licenses and characters that other parks can't use, which attracts customers that are fans of their intellectual properties, which is highly effective with children and young teens. This is evident by the heavy branding and advertising done for their new attraction, DC Supervillains Unleashed, which comprises of two new additions to the park, a themed DC Villains Park for immersion and entertainment, and a new ride called the Doomsday Destroyer for high-intensity thrills via a roller coaster. The advertisement focuses heavily on the DC logo, as well as iconic pictures of villains from across the park, such as the Bizarro Superman statue and a CG clip of Killer Croc. This shows the distinction between MovieWorld and every other park in competition, making it stand out and appeal heavily to children and teens who are big fans of these characters already, which makes the property extremely desirable to anyone who's already a fan. Shown is a positioning map of the four main competitors for the theme and amusement park market in the East Coast Australia area. MovieWorld has been placed at slightly higher quality above the competitors and slightly more affordable than its lower quality, lower price or higher quality, higher price competitors, making it the perfect mix of quality and cost effectiveness, which consumers desire when considering the substantial investment of a day at the park with friends or family. As derived from the analysis in the Assessment 1 advertising campaign analysis, our target market and goal-wise is young children to early or mid-teens, roughly 6 to 16 years old, as these DC brands resonate most with this demographic who are instantly excited and feel brand recognition when seeing their favorite villains in an advertisement. Of course, to actually monetize these consumers, the parents, more specifically the mothers, must be targeted as well, as according to Polter, they are the lead consumer decision makers in the household, with 84% of choices made being influenced by the matriarch in the house, where less than 50% of choices are influenced by the patriarch or the father. Our target demographic for parents is suburban, working, and stay-at-home mothers aged 19 to 38, as well as single fathers aged 26 to 38, as they are a small but recognized demographic that consider their children heavily in regards to decision making. The big idea for this campaign was heavily reliant on brand recognition for both MovieWorld and Warner Bros.' extremely renowned DC Comics licenses. The appeal used was slightly emotional and minimalist. One of the ads featured very minimalist features, showing a slogan, "It's good to be bad," and a vague date of opening, along with some pictures of DC villains. This is highly effective marketing because it works for both of our target audiences, the older parent and the younger teen or child, as both have likely been witness to DC characters at some point in their life. The parents have watched DC cartoons in their youth, and the teens have watched recently released movies, which have high emphasis on DC villains. The campaign also lines up well with some of Warner Bros. Releases, such as Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad, which is extremely relevant. To gauge success of the campaign and also its effectivity, a pre-test and post-test could have been conducted to assess the surveyed information and discover what works, what's working, and what doesn't. To improve the key message of the big idea, the campaign could have been designed around individual characters, for example, one with Harley Quinn as the centerpiece and one of her popular catchphrases, then the MovieWorld logo and release date, and continued on with other villains and famous lines from said character, putting an emphasis on the villains which consumers feel a strong connection to while maintaining the emotion-based minimalist appeal. The message strategy's main goal was to raise excitement, raise awareness, and incite emotional appeal, and also to incite quizzical curiosity about the park's new attractions. The channels used were YouTube, digital media, social media, and on a lesser note traditional media, e.g. television. These are the three main channels to target our persistent target market, and so the choices made were logical and were best suited for the campaign and its target audience. Dolakaya suggests that all channels taken in the campaign were effective and succinct in helping the campaign achieve its advertising goals, according to his research. A recommendation, however, can be made to suggest that a partnering with Snapchat, who now accepts corporate advertising agreements, would have been beneficial to the campaign. Releasing Snapchat filters that allow you to make yourself look like a DC villain with the DC Supervillains Unleashed logo would have helped increase social media response, consumer engagement, and also awareness. Alternatively, focusing slightly more on traditional media would have been effective in helping the campaign target the older parents, where more of their time is spent in regards to media consumption. If the campaign adhered to this model, the ADA model, then it's clear that the campaign specifically targets the awareness and interest parts of the process and does so very effectively by inciting so much excitement and emotional appeal. The same can be said for the Dagmar approach. The excitement that builds from the teaser entices the consumer to go into the comprehension and learning phase, which leads them closer and closer to making the final consumer decision, according to Carlson.